Look what I got. Looky what I got. Your boy just did his first icebreaker speech, as you guys saw in the earlier YouTube videos. Yeah, it went pretty well, I guess. I got up in front of a stage and said words, but it was a cool experience. By the way, I don't think I introduced myself in the first vlog. My name is Sean. It shows how good I am at this vlogging thing, huh? Yeah, going into the speeches, I wasn't nervous like the few days leading up to the speech, which actually surprised me. I thought I'd be nervous, and even on the day of, well, actually, you know what? On the day of the speech, I didn't have any nervous feelings, which actually surprised me. I was fine, no nerves. I didn't have any nerves until I set foot in the building and in the room of where I was giving the speech. It just hit me all of a sudden, and it was weird, and it really hit me when I got on stage to speak. I really just wanted to hurry up and get it over with, right? So, and as you guys could probably tell, like I kind of rushed through it. That was kind of a lot of the feedback I got. But you just gotta go up there and do your thing. And when the Toastmaster introduced me, oh yeah, and the person that's a Toastmasters club has like several roles. The Toastmaster is the one that runs kind of the meeting. He introduces the speakers and the other roles in the club. So you have like a person who counts your ahs and ums. You have someone who times the speech, and the Toastmaster just kinds of runs the club, and he introduces all the speakers. So he introduced me, and it was a female in the second speech that introduced me, and they're very quiet in the beginning because I'm wearing the mic. They're not wearing the mic. I'm using this lavalier mic for all the audio, so I apologize about that. But there are several roles. If you guys want to know more, just look it up on the website. Let's see. I'm going to talk about things I did like. I liked my stage presence, and I also liked how I projected my voice throughout the room. I got feedback that I had a lot of energy. I was very had a lot of energy, and people in the back could hear me. That actually kind of surprised me. I do have like a history of like talking like kind of quiet, especially when I get nervous. So it was that was cool to hear that my voice projected all the way to the back. And I like the fact that even though I was nervous, looking back at the footage, I didn't really seem that nervous. So in the first video, the first time I gave it, I was nervous, but it was definitely manageable. I definitely couldn't tell. In the second video, however, for some reason, I was more nervous in giving it the second time, which is weird. You think I'd be more comfortable giving it like the second time because I've already done it the first time. But I was stiff, and then later on, like probably within like the last 2 minutes of the speech, like I got used to it, and then I loosened back up. So I was a bit stiff for the second one. As I mentioned before, I was in a Toastmasters club previously, and in the first club, and I was a member of the first club before, so I'm a returning member for that club. But the second one, I'm brand new. I was probably more familiar with the audience in the first club, so that probably explains it. But man, these nerves, you just can't get over them. Like there's nothing you can do. It's just kind of helpless. You just have to deal with them because they will come and they will shake you up. I know from past experience that the more I do this, the more they're gonna go away, and it's just, and the only way to get through it is just to keep doing it and just keep dealing with it. So yeah, it'll autocorrect itself. Not too worried about that. Another thing I liked is I didn't sound like a robot like I thought I was going to be, because I was reading it literally line for line from the freaking piece of paper. I sounded like I was talking to someone. It was very, very conversational. Much like, kind of like how I'm doing this vlog right here. Right here. Right here. All right, so let's talk about the stuff I didn't like. I got a lot of feedback that I spoke too fast. Not so fast to where you couldn't understand me, but it like my words and the effectiveness of the speech would have sunk more deeply with the audience if I talked more slowly. It's just a habit. It's just a habit that I've always had ever since I was young. I've always talked fast. That's something I'm gonna have to work through. And I need more eye contact. Now, I was reading off a piece of paper, so I didn't have that much eye contact to begin with. I did make it a few times when I looked up, you know, I looked around the audience. I'm not really making eye contact with anybody. I'm just kind of looking at the air. So, but I think as I move away from notes, that'll improve. That'll also autocorrect itself, hopefully. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Going into my next speech, I plan to write it out again. You know, taking little baby steps, guys. Plan to write it out again and I plan to do the same thing, but I have a sticking point. I have a goal of talking more slowly, and I think that's critical when you're doing like a presentation. If you want, and you really want your communication, and you really want your words to stick. So I'm gonna work on that. That has a lot to do with nervousness. When I was rehearsing my first speech by myself, I timed it at about like 6 minutes. But then when I presented it both times, it was 5 minutes. So I'm gonna have to work on that. So yeah, we'll see what's in store, and let's get it on with speech number 2. I don't know what my topic is yet. I'm gonna have to do some research, and I'm gonna have to practice. I'm not gonna be able to give it for a while, actually. These slots to give your speech, they fill up really quick. Everybody is there trying to improve their speaking. So I gotta be better about hopping on that more quickly. But yeah, let's move on to speech number 2.